I'm Paul Heron, and this is episode 48 of the Anaïs Nin podcast. Anaïs Nin died on January 14, 1977 in Los Angeles. To mark her 74th birthday and to celebrate her life, events were held throughout the country and around the world. The final speaker at the New York celebration was Nin's little brother, Joaquín Nin-Culmell, a celebrated pianist and composer. Here are his remarks.
74 years ago yesterday, my sister Anaïs was born in Neuilly-sur-Seine. She was the firstborn of three, and judging by the photographs taken of her by father before she was stricken by typhoid fever and later at the age of 9 by a serious internal illness, she was a robust, happy, and beautiful child. From 1911 on, however, she acquired a physical fragility and a spiritual introspection that evolved with her over the years. I used to call her my steel hummingbird. And so she was, indestructible and delicate all at one same time. She remained beautiful all her life. She inherited many physical traits from our Cuban-born parents, both musicians, both handsome, both spirited, although in very different ways. Intellectual and inventive activities were not uncommon on both sides of the family. Our paternal grandfather was a schoolteacher in Barcelona, a pamphleteer who denounced the social ills of his day, and an unsuccessful novelist. Our maternal great-grandfather wrote a fascinating diary of his early years in New Orleans and kept writing in it until his death in Havana. Our maternal grandfather was the neutral link between the Cuban rebels and the Spanish ambassador in Washington during the tense years of Cuba's war for liberation. Anaïs was no echo of past personalities, however, close they may have been. She was an extraordinary individual who refused to be subdivided, taken apart, or fragmented. As a child, she narrated stories that would make us laugh and cry, and above all, kept us quiet. Later, I participated in these narrations by improvising appropriate sounds at the piano as background music. In Barcelona, close to Barcelona, she wrote poetry, but her real vocation emerged when she left Barcelona for New York in 1914. She began writing her diary. As mysterious as Anaïs will always be, when you read these early diaries, you will know as much about her as I do. And since, thanks to Anaïs, none of us are strangers, you too will laugh and cry and be kept quiet. Hers was a free spirit who disliked labels, slogans, categories, and neatly packaged details. She kept a delicate balance between the intellectual and the intuitive, between acquired wisdom and infused wisdom, as St. Thomas would have it. But her heart went out to the intuitive, to the poetic, to the magic of subjectivity. This was her world, her refuge, her shatterproof glass bed. No one had more compassion, more willingness to help, more aptitude for instilling courage, confidence, faith, and hope. She knew all of the tortured chambers of the human heart, our failures, our limitations, and our omissions. She nevertheless insisted that we keep alive that inner light and warmth given to all of us at birth. She never lost hers and never will. This we must celebrate. Permit me to quote the following excerpt from the commencement address Anaïs gave at Philadelphia College of Art on June 1st, 1973. When the artist starts out on his road, it seems a lonely one, but he dares to follow it. And this daring is so important, this sense of adventure. Even by beginning a diary, I was already conceding that life would be more bearable if I looked at it as an adventure and a tale. I was telling myself the story of a life, and this transmutes into an adventure the things which can shadow it. It becomes the mythical voyage which we all have to undertake, the inner voyage, the voyage as in classical literature through the labyrinth. And then you begin to look at events as challenges to your courage. I'm not saying that we all have to be heroes, but that we have to complete the journey and believe that there is a way out of the labyrinth.
This has been the Anaïs Nin podcast. Thanks for listening. Until the next time.